Hi. Hopefully this is me going live. Yeah, I think that's me going live. Oh my god, I tell you what, my heart beats so fast just before pressing that button to go live. It's just ridiculous. And my throat's a bit croaky and yeah, my head was telling me you sound like a geezer. Just, it's everywhere, isn't it? This self-criticism inside that can tell us no, just don't do it, don't show up. Anyway, I thought I'd jump on today regardless, and I put a post up recently and about curiosity and clarity and starting to look at the areas where we stop ourselves being in our full potential, our full light, our full connection with our higher self, higher power, God consciousness, grace, whatever you want to call it. That part of us that just, yeah, is that free spirit that doesn't stop us from pressing the button to go live or going for a job that we want to do or going on a date. I know that hasn't been possible recently, but you know what I mean. So I hope that has encouraged some of you to start looking at some of the areas where the diet mindset and mentality shows up in life. And it wasn't until I started digging a bit deeper and expanding some of the 12-step recovery stuff that I do around my food and body journey, and I started looking into intuitive eating and mindfulness, and it blew my mind just how much I have bought into the diet industry culture, and it's everywhere. So I thought I'd come on, do a bit of a live, read a few things, encourage you guys maybe to look at where diet mentality and mindset shows up in your life. Like, do you have food rules? Do you have really strong ingrained beliefs that you really can't have? It's a bit different if you've got an intolerance or an allergy. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you've wound yourself up so tight in life with rules and regimens that is stopping you from freedom. So I have written some stuff down and tips really around these early stages of intuitive eating, starting to have a bit more awareness, bringing a bit more mindfulness, a bit more connection into our day-to-day life. And one of the things which came up for me was that I didn't realise, because I'd studied nutrition, I'd been an allergy tester for years, I'd done corporate well-being where I'd gone into businesses and was helping their thick file patients who kept taking long-term absenteeism, and I was working with them, so I had a lot of knowledge when it came to nutrition and what's the right way to eat and hydration and having plenty of water and how that gives you energy, and really understanding gut health and brain chemistry and hormones. And so I know a lot of things. However, I can use those things and morph those things into what I now understand is a pseudo diet. You know, super clean eating for me, there's benefits from it, but if I'm in a place where I'm so tightly stuck to that way of eating and I'm not very free, what is that giving me? So I thought I'd read something first of all, which comes from this book here. Is great. You might not be able to see it properly. It's Just Eat It. And here she's talking, Megan Crabb describes diet culture as, it is so deeply ingrained in us that we barely even notice it's there. It's just the way things are. Nothing to be questioned. diet culture is why we hate our bodies. Not because we're hideously flawed, and not because some unchanging truth about what it means to be beautiful, but because we have been taught to. We have been taught to hate our bodies by the culture that we live in. A culture that has convinced over half of us that shrinking our bodies is worthwhile and a necessary pursuit. How diet culture has been created is simple. People realise that a lot of money, and I mean 72 billion in America last year, and that's probably not even half of it, can be made from teaching us that our bodies are a problem and selling us a solution. So yeah, over the next week, I would really love you to just see on your social media feed or the things that you follow, or even in your email list of people that you're on their email, because I did this and I realised that there were loads of nutritional and workshop things in there, but they might have been all around intermittent fasting, and it's you know, there's grains of qualities and truths in all of these diets that are out there. However, do they just keep us trapped? And I've just seen there, somebody has just put a lovely post on there. It is everywhere. Hiya, Crystal. How lovely to see you on here. It is everywhere and can be very disempowering, leading to sabotage and low self-worth. And actually, more than that, it really breaks my heart to be able to say that I know people that have taken their lives, and what is underneath it is not only disordered eating that has led to eating disorders, but how this has affected people's mental health so much that they have judged themselves over their expectations on what the diet industry is saying is ideal. So yes, I encourage you to have an unfollow party and unfollow things which don't feel as though they serve your higher self. And I believe that having health goals when it comes to strength and flexibility and vitality, they are positive things to have in our life. But when I make them just about numbers on scales or fitting into the skinniest jeans that I have in my wardrobe, is that really serving my higher self? So yeah, that's one thing, is to start having an unfollow party, start being more curious, start integrating maybe one meal a day where it's mindful. No TV, no music, no reading a magazine in the middle of it, just chewing, tasting, being aware, no judgment, and enjoying it, you know, enjoying the experience, because ultimately food is about pleasure, and our bodies give us pleasure, and it's this pursuit in finding freedom will require some mindset shifts, some unlearning, some bringing in some joy, and the more we go down that road, the more we are connected with our higher self, our higher power, grace, God, consciousness. So yeah, it's good to start doing these lives and just press the button anyway and go live, because my head will always tell me an excuse not to. But that's fear, that's ego, that's all the parts of us that want to keep us small. Anyway, I hope all of you watching, whether or not it's live or on catch up, are all doing doing some worthwhile things where you are connecting with your heart. Remember, when you feel a bit fragmented or a bit ungrounded, maybe just hold your left hand over your heart, take a deep inhale all the way, feel that heartbeat, remind yourself you're alive, Many of you on this group are in recovery. We are miracles. And everybody that is going through lockdown and this reintegration into society, there's no expectations. Yeah, just stay connected, stay close to your heart, feet grounded, eyes wide open. And I'm sending you all loads of love. Take care.